Good afternoon, everybody. This is Dee Reinhardt. I'm with Illinois WorkNet, and we are beginning our DHS IYIP. I'm not even going to try to do the initials program technical assistance call. So we've got a lot of you on the call right now, and we've got the poll open so that you can do your attendance. And then I've got 58 people on the call, and 44 of you have checked in with your attendance. So if you could please take care of that, that would be super duper. Okay, so let me start with the stuff that I need to cover, and then I can begin answering questions. To make sure that we've got performance tracking properly, once we get it going automated, we added 2 more pre-populated steps, and I'll show you what they are. One of them is application for benefits. They're applying for benefits for IDHS. And then the other one is career development. And that is right here, career development experience. And there is a definition on the steps, a description on the steps. So the career development experience is very nebulous, very vague. It may be in cooperation with something else that you're doing. So you may need to open and start that step along with some of your other pieces. Those are 2 things, those are 2 steps that may also have that evaluated not required as part of the system as they're going through your services. But again, you can always enter that information. And Nancy from Rockford sent me an email this morning, and we discovered last week that the evaluated not required in the where you could do multiple people at one time is not working properly. And I've explained for a couple of weeks now, I've got my programmer that works with all of my DHS stuff is stuck on a project that is like, the guy is retiring and they've got to get this launched. So my programmer has been pulled away from me, and once they get that program launched, I'm going to have 2 programmers helping push out some of the things that I need to get pushed out. So I appreciate your patience, and I will try to give you any workarounds that I can help you with. We were able to update the Employment 101 tracking so that it shows a green check mark now if the participant has completed their sections. And unfortunately, I am unable to show you this so that it's effective on our customers on the progress page. But if you can go into one of your customers, you should now see a green box on the front page, and you should see a green check mark on the progress if they have completed all 8 sections of their Employment 101. And last but not least, on the risk report, oh my goodness, why is this not, I'm going to pause the recording just a moment here. Okay, so I'm going to reiterate for the recording since I started it back up again. The Employment 101 issue with scores not showing, I'm going to take that to our programmer because the scores are not showing after June 1 of 2020. I will try to get that fixed shortly. We had a number of items working with that. And then Shauna asked the question about terminating category 1 and 2 youth before they enroll new youth. So Shauna, if you want to restate your question, just so that we can have that on the recording.
Okay, my question is, should we discharge the youth who have met 50 to 100% of their goals, or youth that have employment right now, who have been working the 30 to 60 to 90 days? Should we discharge those youth as completed a goal? Or
If you're no longer serving that youth at all, you can discharge the youth. And it should be a successful completion based upon the information that you're putting into the system. If you've still got money available and can serve additional youth, you do not have to discharge the original ones. Now, Brandon, I'm speaking for you there. So if you need to correct any of that, please do.
thank you, Dee. I had one more question.
Sure.
Okay, you was talking about moving the youth around. I just want to remember, can we move category 1 to category 2?
Yes, because especially if there were no subsidized days used, you cannot move them back to a different category if you're planning on using subsidized wages.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Yes. Dee, it's Brandon. They can move categories, but remember the maximum subsidized days, especially if you're moving to category 1, where you only have 90 and all the other categories have 9 months or 12 months. So you have to watch your maximum number of subsidized days, but the youth can change categories.
And then the other question that Shauna asked was if they're done with their employment and they're not serving them any longer, do they need to close them out before they enroll additional youth?
Well, that's totally up to the provider. I mean, not necessarily, but it's sort of up to what they want to do.
So if I guess it might,
You wouldn't have to.
I guess it might be if they have positive outcome, they can discharge them. If they
can. I know some providers, hold on to them and they do follow up and keep them for a while. And sometimes, I mean, maybe because they don't want to mess with having to re-enroll them again in case they're going to come back or something. But it's totally up to the provider. They can go ahead and discharge them if they think they're done. It's a positive outcome. It's up to them though. But they definitely don't have to. Like if you have a cap at 50 and you've got like 53 enrolled, you don't have to like discharge those that you think you're done with. Discharge 3 or 4 youth just so you can enroll one. I mean, you don't have to do that.
So Shauna, does that answer your question?
Yes, he just hit on the head with the 50-53. If we have them already enrolled, do we have to discharge them out to add the more that we're gonna use program?
Good, good. All right. Byron is asking, regarding case closure, how long should unsubsidized placements be tracked before case closure? So unsubsidized, Brandon, I think at some previous point you said as long as they're no longer serving.
Well, again, I mean, that's sort of up to the provider, because right now the only thing we have is with category 1. We said we're still going to do the follow-up of the 30, 90, whatever it was we said at that last meeting, but there hasn't been anything set in stone yet for categories 2, 3, and 4.
All right. John wants me to review youth termination procedures. And basically, what we want to do is go to, can you all still see my screen? Yes, somebody nod that's on.
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Yes.
Okay, so if I go to IYP category 1, let's pick my agency. And I filtered. Oh, I don't have anybody in category 1. So I'm back on test. Why don't I have anybody? All right, I can't show you. Because I don't have any people. Okay, let me log off as this and log in as a different person. Okay, so now let me go here. I don't have any people for them either. All right. Oh my gosh. All right, John, I can't show you and record this. So let me stop the recording. I'm not happy right now. All right, so if I go to this customer and if I go to their progress, you have to make sure that their career plan is totally closed up